Yo, what's up, everybody? This is MC. You are.
Chloe.
Hi. Okay, so this is our very first episode of Beyond First Thoughts. So I have my subjects up here that we're gonna go over, but very first episode, bro. Let's get into it. We're gonna go over the whole bunch of shit, really. We'll probably get like an hour, maybe an hour and a half out of us, but depends on how long we go with the topics. And keep it real, real, raw, authentic, no sugarcoating anything. Definitely, this podcast is going to be fun for sure. Real, unapologetic. um, it's just going to be a platform where we're just going deeper than surface level thoughts, surface level opinions, first impressions. Honestly, a whole bunch of stuff. Obviously, first episode is going to be introductory for myself and my wife here, and we're going to just get into everything. Let's see. The first subject. Well, honestly, we don't really need help introducing ourselves, but we're gonna
Mm.
dive deep into our first friendship, then our relationship, and then obviously after that, our marriage and everything. But I'm gonna take it back. So we literally, yeah, we literally. I think, well, for sure, we definitely grew up 100% differently. Um, how I grew up, how my upbringing was, I want to say a couple mishaps in childhood, but that happens to everybody. I grew up in Middletown, Connecticut. Um, Mother is Joni Campbell. Shout out to her. I don't know if you can see her, but she's right back there. She's looking, lurking.
Should have written this one.
Yeah. A lot of siblings, a lot of siblings, but a lot of siblings came after. I want to say 2016
Yeah,
because
I
I
don't think
didn't.
that was your childhood.
Well, it was part of me growing up, but I am the fourth child of four on my mom's side. So shout out to my big sister Cherie, my oldest brother Sean, and my twin Mark. Um, yeah, we grew up sort of kind of all around Middletown. We had one place in Portland across the bridge. We definitely saw a lot of moving like early years, but after we hit like third grade, it was very, very consistent. It was obviously, a typical no father figure in the household. So a single mother, but she did great raising us. She didn't really have as much help as, we thought, because as a kid, you already know if it's looking to you like a certain situation, but in reality, it's a whole different situation. You learn that as you grow older. But we definitely had fun. We were boys. Me and Mark were literally just outside playing football all the time. We were racing, just wrestling, doing that, just boy stuff. We were, I think, I want to say, just finishing fifth grade when we had an abrupt move to West Virginia because my sister was there. We had to move to West Virginia for 1 year. So that was 2008. We came back 2009. We finished we finished sixth grade in West Virginia, and then we came back and we did seventh through the rest of our school career in Connecticut. Uh, didn't really care for school, not gonna lie. I really didn't. I would do like the bare minimum to really pass classes, bare minimum for homework. But I always,
Easy to say.
it is, but you know what's crazier? I literally sat here and I've always done really well on my tests. I can't lie. It shocked me too. But still graduated on time, still graduated in general.
Mm.
That's more than a lot of people can say. So there's at least the minimum you could do. But yeah, literally growing up with all older siblings, funs, you have your ups, you have your downs, you have your good holidays, you have your bad holidays. Um, Sadly, obviously, in 2016, my mom did pass away. But um, the support group I did have and still do have to this day after that, it's they're amazing people. I love them. Shout out to them. Uh, Oak Street. Um, we were all just kind of just shocked by it, and that was not the most traumatic thing. As crazy as that is to say,
Okay, that was the most dramatic thing.
no, I think the most traumatic thing for me personally growing up, um, was when I had a tumor in my ear.
That was more traumatic than one else.
It kind of,
Like
well, yeah,
physical, maybe, but I feel like
well,
emotional.
yeah,
It's more your mom, right?
well, still because well, the reason why I say my ear infection, for one, the ear infection, you can see. I don't know if you can see, but it's like a. I have a little scar right here. So the ear infection went from the top of my ear right here, literally, and it grew all the way down to the middle of my chin. No bullshit. My brothers and sisters can confirm. It looked like I had a chin strap if you were to look at me from the left side of my face. And that was very, very painful to endure. And there was one day where I had to go, I think it was a couple days before my actual major surgery. I had to sit here and they had to take some of the swelling and the pus out. So I had to get cut open. My ear had to get cut open while I was wide awake, no anesthesia, no sleeping gas, no anything. So yeah, that was very, very traumatic. To the point where I think there were like 6 doctors in the room trying to hold me, and I was just obviously no kid wants to sit here and endure that with no pain medicine.
It makes
Yeah,
sense why they hurt.
yeah, I don't understand why that happened, but it was 100% traumatic. But obviously, losing mom is traumatic as well. But uh, ever since then, we have been mentally getting better since the loss. But yeah,
How's your childhood?
childhood was fun. I can't complain too much, but yeah.
I had a good childhood. I had I'm gonna keep saying I had a balanced childhood. I had really good and then I had like really bad. I had like moving every year. Oh my god, that was terrible.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, yeah, no. Moved like every year, went to different schools like every year. Didn't really stay at a school until high school for at least yeah. Um, but again, I was also raised with like my uncle. So it was like that was like the better side of kind of growing up how I did because my household was toxic. Oh
Mhm.
my god, my household was toxic. Um, but then like leaving, going to my uncle's house, it was like the better side. Like we had I don't want to say white, that sounds like, crazy, but like the whitish side. Um, yeah. My childhood wasn't bad. It was like a normal childhood. I did a lot of things. We did like a lot of fun things. Something you didn't really get to do that you didn't mention.
Like what?
Like you didn't go to like amusement parks. You didn't do like bowling. Like we used to go bowling all the time in the summer.
No, bowling was
I
a
like
thing.
set like we had set like family holidays. Like Easter we'll always do something. Christmas Eve we'll always do something like big parties, like birthdays, big parties. Literally any holiday, St. Patrick's Day, like stuff like that. We'll always celebrate.
Yeah, no, it
You
wasn't.
don't, yeah.
I wasn't really too fond of like the St. Patty's Day and all that extra stuff. I didn't really care for it.
Well, me neither. I think we just always found a way to kind of get together.
An excuse, an
Yeah,
excuse to get together.
really. That's just kind of how I grew up. Like family's family, whether it's toxic or not, it was just always any little thing for us to get together we could do.
Well, not us.
Like
If,
that's what I'm saying. Like we didn't
if there was like beef in the family and we were all having a get together, there was definitely either one person not showing up or both parties not showing up. So it was just that, and it was obviously annoying. But honestly, I think the main holiday that we obviously all get together is Thanksgiving, and we would have it at my cousin Keith's house because he had a big enough house to really fit all of us in there. And
at my uncle's house. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. and
Which is there, I know.
it was it was fun. Literally, there's so many memories that we had at my cousin's house, and I would always ask my mom. I was like, "Can I please stay a night over here?" Because it was fun, even
Yeah.
though
Mhm.
yeah, even though it was me, Mark, and Lauren, shout out my cousin Lauren. Um, we would literally be excited to just stay over there, even though we know the next day we were like breaking the leaves up and putting them in the bag all morning or whatever it was. But it was just fun. Something about just that feeling, and then going to video games and eating food after that, and just chilling. That's
See, that feeling is my summers, like, at my uncle's, waking up, like, dead early morning, walking straight to, um, Winona's pool,
mm,
being there all day, then leaving, and then it's like, "Okay, we go to 7-Eleven, get some slushies, go back home,
yeah,
watch movies," to literally do the same thing again. So,
yeah,
like, I yeah, childhood wasn't too bad, but
yeah,
it was brain toxic.
for sure. I want to say like leading up to the time that we met was pretty average, I'll say. I wasn't really doing much. I was literally just working
I'm thinking you're saying, like, the time leading up to when we met?
like the year that we met, yeah. Wasn't really anything going on. Pretty average, literally just working somewhat, football, basketball in there a little bit, but majority work. It was so annoying and boring. But when we did meet though, it was July 1st, 2017. We were in Maplewood, shout out to the Wood. That day
It was something.
was very fun, very interesting.
Definitely
And
something.
initially, I was supposed to work that day. I was supposed to work at Mezzo's. I was supposed to be in back washing them dishes, doing all that. But it was supposed to be I called up because it was supposed to be the day of the fireworks.
Mhm.
For those of you that know, y'all already know about the fireworks. For those of you that don't know, there is a annual fireworks display,
Sorry.
an annual fireworks display on the harbor in Middletown. And I think they ended up getting canceled that day. So I literally called out for no reason.
Yeah, I think I don't know why, it didn't rain.
It was supposed to rain.
It was supposed to rain, I
It was
think,
supposed to
but
rain.
like, literally did not.
It never ended up raining. So I called out of work for no reason. Uh, and then me and the person that I was with at that time, we were going to Maplewood to just hang out with everybody in Maplewood because Maplewood is a very fun time. Uh,
It's sweet.
but yeah, my first memory of us actually meeting was, I think, me asking you a question. I, a- I did ask you a question, but before that,
We have different, like
different point of views.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because
Well, I don't wanna cut you off, right?
I don't remember from what you said, your point of view. I don't remember any of that happening.
That's crazy.
But what I remember is
You didn't care about me that much.
when I was trying to sit here and ask you a question. We were sort of kind of in the middle of Maplewood. Um, we were on the railings of that little shed or whatever it is in front of the other side of the apartments. But yeah, I asked you a specific question. I think what was it? It was like, are you the one that this dude was messing with?
Yeah.
And then you literally just told me, yeah. I think you tell me, did you tell me, yeah?
Yeah, it was just that. I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah. And then that's it. And then I didn't really care for anything after that.
My point of view is different. I don't know how you don't like, I don't know. I remember when we didn't formally meet, like, get introduced
There
or
was no
anything.
introduction.
Yeah, but, like, we didn't, like, you know, when I first saw you, I was literally just walking into Maplewood, and I had saw you standing with the ex or whatever. Maybe we should have just said that. We 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 both kinda was in a little situation when we met. We should say that, and they were kind of friends. I think everybody was kind of friends.
It was like a whole
It was like a friend group. Yeah,
whole friend group.
that's the background. Um, just to paint the picture because it sounded kind of crazy. But I remember walking into Maplewood and seeing the person I was dealing with at that time, and you were standing right next to him. And I remember walking by the both of y'all, just like rolling my eyes. Just I was just irritated. I rolled my eyes and was like, whatever. And then like obviously from then we kind of just that whole like time since you sat down and everybody had ran to like Caitlin's house and stuff. Yeah. That's how I remember like like first seeing you first kind of like what the hell is this?
So what I remember actually like standing in the group or standing in line or whatever, but I don't remember you passing me.
Yes. It was
I don't
like
remember you passing me.
it was before you could even get to it was, like, near the rocks, kinda, like, where we all started chilling at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
end. It was, like, near there, like, I was literally like, I just walked into Maplewood. I wasn't even past, like, the first set of, like, complexes or whatever. No, actually, I was near we were almost near the trash near Brian's house, like, walking straight in.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's how I remember seeing it, like, seeing
Yeah,
it
I don't remember that at all. I don't remember seeing you at least. But my first impression of you really wasn't negative and it wasn't very positive. It was just like,
I was
okay.
just like, "Oh, that's her."
Yeah.
Mine's just like, "Ew, who is this?"
Yeah, I never cared.
It's like, "Okay."
I think I was more just being nosy and trying to like confirm after.
You thought it was cute.
Actually, no, I really didn't.
Stop, don't say it.
I'm being dead ass serious.
At least thought I was ugly?
No, I had no general like
See, I don't know if I believe that because I feel like when you meet somebody, maybe not now, I feel like for sure back then, when you meet somebody, like you always judge somebody, like they kind of look okay or like, ew. Like if you say ugly person, you'd be like, ew.
mm. In that standpoint, I was just like, okay, let's see if because I saw that.
I'm just saying, because it's just, I don't know. Maybe I should see her.
It really is. It probably is just me. But I wasn't judging you. I wasn't seeing if you were cute, seeing if you were ugly, seeing
Why did she get a girlfriend at the time?
maybe not even that. I dead ass just didn't care.
What was your first, not even bring it up, what was your first impression with her? Was it like the same or was it just different?
I'll say my very first thought, like seeing her, I was like, wow, she's smart.
So you just had no impression of was it because you was in a relationship that you just had no, like
Well, I wasn't in a relationship when I first saw my ex. So
but no, well, yeah, I get that. I was just asking because like, I was just wondering if that's just
yeah, no.
hard with everybody, but
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, like, did you not have, like, no, like, don't really care if she's ugly or pretty or not because you were, like, in a relationship?
no, relationship had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Honestly, that night going on, very entertaining, very fun. I think
Very interesting.
I don't remember who it was, but there was definitely a fight on the other side of the fence. I
I think it was
think it was girls, right?
it was no, it was his cousin. I remember he was like, "My mom is something, something."
I don't know. But I know that I
It's
know the girls over there, one of them, it had to be like a mom or aunt. She was like, what she say? She's like, get off the fence, like, yo, so nosy or something like that. I was like, yes, y'all are fighting. So of course I'm gonna sit here and come see. Um,
I don't even know why she had to say something, like, it's maybe
yeah,
like, come on
come on, you're really not gonna do it.
now.
I will say I remember for sure really vividly the walk that we had to CVS. I think Quan I was trying to influence Jaquan. Shout out to Jaquan. I was trying to influence him to steal something from CVS because he was just like, I'm gonna go steal something.
He drank a soda. It was him or was it his brother?
I don't know.
No, I think it was Javon. He drank
Yeah,
a soda or a juice, whatever, and then he literally like left it like where the bag of chips were or some shit.
yeah.
I remember that. That was funny.
I was I
He's
was
trying to
telling him.
remember that.
I was telling him because he brought it up. He's like, I'm gonna go steal something from CVS. I'm like, you don't do it.
Just bad.
But yeah, that whole night was just fun. It was really entertaining. Shout out to Chris as well. Chris was just
That was funny. He was
really, really
drunk.
funny.
He was
Yeah,
drunk.
he was definitely drunk.
Very good.
Um, But time goes on and we really start talking a lot more, getting a lot closer. You messaged me for my birthday. Not even a month later. Mind you, we met July
Like
1st.
2 weeks. Not even almost 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
My birthday that. We met July 1st, right? And my birthday is July 29th. So 28 days after that.
All right.
I don't understand how we even got each other on Facebook because I don't ever remember adding you.
You had to add me because I don't just be adding. But I was accepting random people.
You literally just contradicted yourself.
I don't add random people. You know what I mean? Like I'm not just gonna be like, oh, friends.
You know, requested.
I don't request. Okay. Yeah, you know you're right. You're right. I don't.
I wake up one morning and she texted me for my birthday. And the whole time, like the paragraph was cute and everything. But literally I couldn't get over the very, very beginning because she spelled my name wrong.
One letter off. No difference.
She spelled my name wrong. Mind you, when you want to text somebody on Facebook, y'all know how Facebook is. You see who you're talking to. You see the name. She saw my name.
Matt, not Matthew.
Yeah, I never had Matthew. And you still spelled it wrong.
It don't matter.
She wasn't paying attention, y'all. But
That's just how I text.
yeah, later along the line, going down the timeline, I obviously caught feelings. You obviously caught feelings. Then we ended up being together. At first, it was very. How would you call our early relationship? Like,
Our early relationship, like since when I'm not even gonna lie, since like after say happy birthday, that's not like really a relationship. That's more our friendship still. But like when you came back from Florida,
mhm,
it was very it was it's just that beginning stage and a
honeymoon
relationship,
stage.
real honeymoon stage, like real in love, real just fun, real sneaky,
Very
real
adventurous.
sneaky.
The
Real
well, at least on your part.
hello, I was in high school.
Yeah. At least on your part.
No, definitely on my part for sure. Real sneaky. It was just it was real like fun. Super fun. We were young, with just doing random stuff. It was fun.
It was. I think it was easy because we just started, and obviously, when you're in the honeymoon stage, everything feels
It
great.
just feels amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're on a high for real.
the laughter, the loving, like literally doing whatever. But I will say the most difficult part was just the distance. Truthfully, truthfully speaking.
I, I feel like the most difficult part for me was after the honeymoon stage.
Yeah,
Definitely, hands down, the most difficult part. Because as soon as that honeymoon, I feel like as soon as our honeymoon stage kind of like left, that's when we just like just
the realness kind of came into
it
play.
really declined, and that was because we weren't thinking about getting into a relationship. Like, we weren't really like, "Damn," like, we just really got into a relationship, like,
Yeah,
we didn't feel we
without
didn't yeah, we didn't do a lot of stuff, so and it just sucked because, like, we really the love was there. It's not like it wasn't there. It was there, you were still trying, I was still trying, um, but yeah, it was definitely after that. There was a lot of mess ups, a lot of regret. It was a lot for sure.
I think also there was a lot of immaturity.
Yes.
I was literally kind of just going with the flow. I've never,
I miss too though.
yeah, I've never really been in that situation before. And granted, like I've been in a relationship before you. My one relationship before you was, I thought obviously at that point in time when I was in that relationship, I thought it was ideal. I was like, okay, well, this is what you do. This is what you don't do. But I had the whole game twisted up. I was very, very wrong. Um, I didn't have obviously anybody to idolize growing up for marriage, relationship, how to treat a lady, how to go about your girlfriend's emotions, and how to comfort her. I was never taught any of that. Growing up with a single mom, it's just there's struggles and my mom was never married. So my mom was never married, and I've only seen my dad 3 times in my whole life. So obviously, that's really telling. Uh, Nobody in my family was really married besides my sister. But majority of her marriages, she got married in Connecticut, and then obviously she took off to West Virginia. So I didn't see how her marriage was. Nobody else is married. Um, but yeah, going back, I didn't know how to handle myself and obviously you. So
Yeah,
I think I would definitely say that was a big difficulty.
it was. And that kind of goes into what people didn't see, I feel like, about us. I think we portrayed a really good like image for a while. I feel like obviously besides like my sister, I don't know what you told your brother, but like I feel like literally only my sister at that time, two friends maybe, really knew how I really was feeling and stuff.
Mhm.
Um, it was definitely like a lot of hidden stuff because when we were good, we were good, we were happy, everything was fun, and you know, I don't think people really saw like the work we had to really sit here and put
Yeah.
the conversations that you had to even get out of me at that time because I wasn't a good communicator. Like I would just shut down. Like they didn't see those conversations. They didn't see the difficult things that we really had to go through just to even get a step forward, really, and to even just be here.
Yeah.
A lot.
We've definitely came a long way. We have two kids together, two children. Girl, Nova, she's oldest, 5 years old. Boy, Sias, he will be two very soon. But I think, not even think, I know having kids changed us, changed our relationship, changed the way
Absolutely.
that we look at each other, the way that we kind of look at ourselves, some for better, some for worse. But just because it's a bad thing doesn't necessarily mean that it's like a horrible situation. We can learn. I think we actually have learned from almost every negative situation that we've been in.
Yeah.
Since we both became parents, it's good to say that we're already better than our parents in parenthood.
That's that.
Just point blank period.
I'm just being there in general.
Yeah, yeah. Like I can name maybe a dozen days where I really wasn't with my kids. I
That was only because we talking about like the court thing.
no, no. Just when I wasn't with them in general. Like they were at either your mom's house or my brother's house or something like that. But I make it a mission to stay involved, very active in my kid's life. And I think really just being a dad in general, for me personally, very difficult. Very, very difficult.
That's a whole nother like conversation because we
Yeah.
could really get into that.
It was very difficult only because the same thing as just my life in general. I wasn't taught a lot. I wasn't directed to, go this route when things are looking this way. And I wasn't told when you're facing this adversity to say this or anything like that. I've been a dad for almost 6 years now, and I'm still learning stuff every day. Learning to be patient for sure. First and foremost, you have to be patient. One thing I will say that shocked me was changing diapers. I've never changed a diaper before I changed my daughter for the first time, and I
Do you
did it
remember
really well.
do you remember, like, your first time? Were you scared?
No, I was just hoping it wasn't messy, literally, because I would hear her shit, and I'm just like, oh my god. But yeah, I caught myself by surprise, changed diapers really well. But also it was more frustrating because I didn't know babies cried for no reason. And I'm just like I'm just like, why is she crying? Like I changed her, I fed her, I
Mhm, they just got
just sat here and we were watching something or whatever. But um definitely, definitely changed. And I will say I'll always give you your flowers because without you, there's no me at my parenting level right now. Because you taught me a lot. You taught me really the most that anybody could teach me. Obviously, my oldest brother and sister, they have experience with kids as well because they raised us. And my sister has a daughter, my son. My brother also has a son. It was just really wild. But I've grown for sure, for the better. I think you have very much grown a lot from becoming a parent.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think it was more because you grew up with like seven other children. So
Literally, yeah, literally 7 because the Isaiah. Yeah, I grew up. Yeah,
so I would hope you would know, right?
yeah.
'Cause
Well, that's not. I mean, that's not all true. Because dealing with other people's kids and then having your own kids is so different. It's so different. Because I'm not dealing with. Well, even though I kind of had my nieces at one point, like
yeah.
a while, um, it's just not the same. Because I could sit here and be like, "Oh, my sister, like, hello, your kids is acting crazy. Come get them or do something." And then, like, disciplining my own kids and having the patience for my own kids is so different. Like, yeah, I know how to make a bottle. Yeah, I know how to, like, put them to sleep, change them, keep a routine 'cause I've seen it. Um, like, certain things. But when it's, like, your own kids and it comes to discipline and it comes to, like, things you have to show them and to act accordingly, talk accordingly, do things accordingly, treat you different because they had to see that, like, it's so different. It's so different.
Yeah. But I think everything's way better now because we
Yeah.
built a whole lot. We built a really good foundation for our kids. We've built a
But we're
really good,
still building.
yeah.
We're trying.
We
We're
really,
trying our hardest, but
we really do have a lot to be thankful for sure.
yes.
If many of you have not known, we don't live in Connecticut anymore. We moved to Maryland. We've been in Maryland for almost a year and a half now. So Maryland based. We got our own apartment in Maryland in 8 months. So we've almost been in our apartment for a year in August.
Mhm.
Um, really sacrifice a lot. Sacrifice a lot. Um,
And we still are.
yeah, there were nights where we were house hopping, couch hopping, floor hopping, sleeping in the car when it's fucking freezing outside, sleeping in the car when it's hot as hell outside, um, sleeping in shelters. Um, we've come a long way, for sure. We've come a very, very, very
Very, very long
yeah.
way.
And I'm proud of where we are because we could have gave up a long time ago. We really could have. We could have gave up a long time ago. There were days where it almost happened,
Mhm.
but I I don't know. I just can't give up on something for real. I always have to see certain things through.
That that whole, like that right there, it's a whole podcast itself just talking about. I think we should
Yeah,
definitely do that.
yeah.
That's it's a lot.
It is. But I learned for sure, like when you're feeling a certain way, I know how to approach you. I know how to kind of get you talking about what's going on and why you're feeling that way. I think it's really, really powerful, excuse me, to be able to know when your wife or your significant other is feeling off. If you can just feel certain energy shifts, that's that's good. Because when you're mad or when you're upset or like angry or something, any type of unhappy, I literally feel it, even if you're not trying to show it. And when you walk into a room, this might sound a little weird and cliche, but I literally feel the difference in your body language, in your tone, um, in the way that you're looking at certain things. You don't even have to look at me. You'll look at certain things and I'll see your facial expression. And I'm just like, yeah, something's wrong.
Sounds wrong.
Yeah, something is definitely wrong. But I will say our communication has gotten a lot better. A
Yes.
lot better.
Compared to when I would just, like, not say nothing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know that? Oh my god.
It would be
It
like
was so
pulling teeth
bad.
with your bare
Yeah.
hands trying to get you to talk about anything. And it was
I wasn't
it's that.
I wasn't taught how to, like, communicate. I didn't even think that was a thing. I
especially
didn't
not
yeah, I did not even know it was a thing to, like, to get taught, like, learning how to, like, express properly, express yourself, how to, like, communicate back and not to just stare, and that's something I learned that I would have to get to our kids because our kids do what I do, and it's just, like, a natural thing.
and I
It's not
see
like they
that
were
now,
taught that.
100%.
Yeah.
Both of them do it,
Yes.
both of them.
Yeah, and what I was told was I get that from my dad, and it's like I could kinda see exactly.
I've seen it with him too.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, it's just I don't know if that's like a, but I wasn't taught how to, like, look at somebody and just, like it's okay to respond. It's not like you don't have to just stare, just
Yeah, but you also have to be careful who you're talking to though, because that person who you're talking to might wanna sit here and just get an answer out of you to continue yelling at you instead of
yeah.
trying to hear what you have to say or
And
hear
I
how you're
think
feeling.
that's kinda what it was. You know my mom. Try like, even if she wants to have a conversation, she can't just have, like, a civil conversation. It's just not like a it's okay to, like, it's always yelling and screaming and
Yeah,
everything else. So it's like, who wouldn't just sit there just, "I'm just staring."
yeah,
Like, that's,
and
that's
it's
not
like
communicating.
like seeing how she is, she's always trying to scream over people, get her point across, trying to get everybody to either be on her side or whatever. Like she just be loud and wrong. Like you're doing all this and the whole time you're in the wrong. Just literally admit that you're wrong and it's okay.
Yeah, but that I didn't know that was a thing, and I didn't grow up knowing how to communicate at all, at all.
Same.
So that's something you definitely taught me. That's something
Yeah,
you made me learn, and now we both have to deal with that with our kids.
I know. But it's easier teaching them because we have somewhat experience with it and it is going to be a lot easier teaching them because they're so young
Yeah,
and telling them when you feel this ways, you can speak up. It's okay. Or if you feel a certain type about something somebody else said, it's okay to speak up. Like
yeah,
we're going to be able to teach them that because we weren't taught that.
literally.
Yeah. But I think our biggest thing that we still do work on is it's not communication, but it's a part of communication. It is how we speak to each other. I think our biggest issue when we feel like even a little bit of like pissed off or angry or anything bad, instant attitude, instant just cussing and just that. Granted, we talk like that way
Naturally,
naturally,
together.
but it's like we know how we talk. We have that whole language.
Yeah.
But when it's a real issue on the table, I think we need to still kind of work on calming down, giving each other and the delivery of how we want our message to get across.
I don't know if you remember this. This was I want to say 2024 for sure.
Mhm.
It was we were at might be the wrong place. We were at Caitlin's house in my car. We were talking about a situation. Do you remember? I don't want to say nothing, but we're talking about a situation that kept being lied about.
Mhm.
And you said something along the line where it's like, you don't tell me things because of how I react to what you say. But sometimes I would sit here and talk to you like just rudely as the or like just messed up basically. And that's
Yeah.
why you wouldn't say certain things to me because obviously you don't want to sit here and get talked to like that. And I think that's something I learned to really work on. And sometimes I try not to just like instantly yell and get, you know, how I get sometimes because I won't get the full truth or I won't get what you're really feeling out of you or I just won't get what I really need. And that is true. Like you really do operate because like with me, I feel like you could talk to me. You can't really talk to me the same way 'cause I obviously get instantly irritated, but it's more so like how you say it to me.
Mhm.
You could be yelling at me and stuff like that, but it's like how you saying it to me is just gonna instantly like slow it down. So it's very true because I wouldn't like somebody doing that to me. So
Right.
that's
Exactly.
definitely something I feel like I'm still working on. Because when I get mad, sometimes I just like when I'm mad, I start getting, but I really have. I'm not just like mad and then instantly just yelling at you. I give you a chance. And so I feel like it's just like you not listening to me. That's what I have to still work on. When I
Yeah.
feel like you're not listening to me, I hate repeating myself and I hate having to explain more than what I already explained. I
But
have to understand. No,
sometimes
yeah.
literally
I
you
have to
have to
understand.
go deeper than the surface.
No, and I have to understand
Yeah.
and that's like I'm definitely still working on it for sure.
I think I want to say for people who are just looking to have love be really easy, you're literally gonna be searching for your whole life, and that's all. Um, it's more. I think it's anticipated to be like social media love, and that is the most annoying thing because people go online and be like, "Oh my god, look at this couple! Look at this couple! Like they're married, they're happy, they had this huge wedding." The whole time, they're the most unhappiest people. They're just posting good moments to make it seem like that this big happy family, either together with them too, or with their expanded family with children. But the whole time they could be going through the most negative things. But I feel like it's better to be real with everyone.
Well, yeah, but you wouldn't want nobody like in your business, like if we're fighting.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You could,
You wanna
you're
post
able
like
to,
negative stuff.
yeah, you're able to sit here and share certain things, like say it if it is negative or whatever. Just keep it to a point, or either don't post it at all. But if you are gonna sit here and do something like that and represent it,
After you guys are fine.
yeah,
But we
yeah,
just had a little argument the other day, but like
yeah, and explain her side, explain your side, and then explain either what happened as a whole collective, and then explain how you went from being separated to together.
right.
I think that's really important. But with us, it's like I realized we are a really, at least back then, we were more heavy hitting negative wise compared to positive because like something was always happening, either with you, either with me, either with your family, with my family, or just something in general. But
Yeah.
I will say it's really good to know that I do have somebody who cares for me more to fight for that positive than just 100% just completely give up. Because if you're just so easy to give up, like there's really no point to try to save the relationship. If
Yeah.
you're always threatening to leave, that's going to put your partner in a whole different mindset. Because if I'm always threatening to leave, or if you're always threatening to leave, well, of course, one another, we're going to just keep thinking, yep, next mishap, they're going to sit here threaten to leave. And then the next thing you know, whatever. And that's when people start getting into that mindset where they're just like, you know what? I'm probably just better off alone. And the whole time, it's really not that. It's just you guys have to,
Just give your relationship a fair chance.
yeah, a fighting chance, really.
Yeah.
And it is,
And if that don't work, then you know where you stand. But
yeah. But not everything has to end off messy, though. And I think that's where a lot of people just like let their emotions get the best of them and they're just cussing each other out, disrespecting, and doing all this extra shit. And in general, it's not a good look because the whole time you're doing that on social media, next thing you know,
my glasses are slipping. That's why.
yeah, next thing you know, excuse me, I see a whole bunch of people talking like, "Oh yeah, they're back together." Like, weren't you just cussing your girl out? Like, weren't you just cussing your boyfriend out? And then next thing you know, you're in the same bed together. Again, that's why most of the time it is just me minding my business. But yeah, Trust me, I'm not innocent. I've been through my fair share of ups and downs, negatives, positives, and so have you. But I want to say if it's really one thing that people misunderstand about us, it is, I think, our love for one another and our love to elevate one another. Because you want to elevate me in a whole different way than I thought I can really elevate myself. And you really make me like think deeper into, oh wow, like she said that. So now I believe I can really accomplish that.
You can.
Exactly. But that's not how I ever thought about myself.
Yeah.
But sometimes you guys really just need an outside person's point of view of you and like your work ethic or just your train of thought or ideas or anything. And then I can gladly say that I've elevated myself higher than I expected because of you and your motivation and your everlasting, like, loving fight to see me in a better situation. And I will always appreciate you for that. So thank you for that.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, that's why also we're doing this podcast because we're getting out the hood.
Yeah, it's supposed to say
I am not about to be working for nobody past 2030. Where this podcast is gonna blow up, the gaming is gonna blow up, just content in general is gonna blow up.
praise the Lord.
Yeah. And a lot of changes are going to be just either seen or talked about or just heard anything. Um, and I can't wait for that. And I want to give a big shout out to everybody who's kind of helping us along the way. This is our very first episode, and I think it's very good. Very good. And it was more of an icebreaker, I'll say. More of an
Yeah.
icebreaker.
It's definitely more to like talk about, get deeper into.
No, we have a lot more to talk about and get into.
It's been 10 years, almost 10 years.
Yeah,
Got a lot to talk about.
yeah, literally. Um, July 1st this year will be 9 years of us knowing each other. So that friend anniversary is very, very important. Um,
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, our second year of marriage is coming up in May. Um, our son is also turning 2 in May. And it's really just good celebrations and good interactions with everything. But if you are watching, give it a good like, comment, share, subscribe, even if you haven't, put notification on if you haven't, because you're not going to want to miss anything that we have to say. Um, I think we'll start. I did tell everybody we are going to have guests after the fourth, maybe fifth episode. I have a couple people lined up. I don't know if you have anybody lined up. Uh, no, more so.
Oh, I
Yeah,
was on the phone the other day. I'm pretty sure they
yeah,
would.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I do remember that. Yeah, we'll do that. Um, we have a couple episodes already in the works. This one is coming to an end. This was a good surface level, but also a little
Yeah.
under the surface introductory. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. I think as we could get more into our podcast journey, we're definitely going to be having different scenery. So right now we're in our room. Next time, hopefully, we'll be somewhere
out there.
yeah, somewhere nice. The weather's getting nicer, so we can do podcasts outside. We do episodes outside.
What happened with an idea? Well, that's what's
Oh, off camera. Okay. Um, but yeah, you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, tell somebody you love them, and I'll see you in the next one.
with